you may get a notification about that, but we are now recording. So I'm going to give a quick overview here of dual enrollment at School District of Lancaster. Let me just pull this up. All right, so again, my name is Dr. Jeremy Raff. I'm the coordinator of College and Career Services here at School District of Lancaster. So I am really excited for all of you to be here. One thing that's really unique about SDOL is we're the only district in Lancaster County that covers the cost of dual enrollment. So we cover the cost of one course per semester. So that can be summer, fall, and spring. So we do things even in the summer. Dr. McDonald, one of our staff members, teaches a class through HACC the students can take. So I know we've done them with Harrisburg University before, so we're pretty flexible with that. We do have some, many of our partners here today, so you'll see and hear from. There's just a variety of different, really anything you're interested in, you're going to find representing these programs. So, you know, if you have questions along the way, please ask them. We will have some time for Q&A at the end as well. And at the end, I will also provide, if you're interested in dual enrollment, we have an application you can do on the district end for that. We do ask that students have a 2.5 GPA or higher. However, we have had students with lower GPAs participate in the past. They've just got to get the okay from their counselor and high school administration. So, you know, if it was, hey, you know, I had a really bad freshman year, but the last 2 years I've really upped my game and I'm doing really well. You know, we make allowances for that. You got to have your counselor sign off on it and eventually the campus principal for your building. And then some colleges have some additional requirements. So you've got to be able to get in to that specific school. So they have additional requirements depending on the school. So that's kind of the overview. I think, you know, the big thing is, you know, it's a great opportunity. This past year we had 270 students earn college credit. So it's really pretty amazing, I think, what we've been able to do with dual enrollment. And we always want to, you know, we figure, you know, why not try it now, see if it's a good fit for you, and, you know, bank those credits for when you're later on in college. Or if you take it and realize, you know what, I don't want to do higher education right now, or this specific path isn't right for me, that's valuable too, because we want you to figure out that now when we're paying for it and you're not paying for it. I am going to pass it off to our first presenter, which is Thomas from Harrisburg Area Community College. HACC is definitely one of our biggest dual enrollment partners, a common destination for our students, especially because it is so close down the road. So Shayla, you should be able to share your screen. So I am going to pass it over to you.
Awesome, thank you. Can everyone see my screen? Yes. Okay, thank you. Awesome. Well, thank you everyone for joining us this evening. I have the pleasure of going first, which makes me nervous. But my name is Shayla Thomas, and I'm one of the college-wide admission counselors at HACC. I work primarily out of the Lancaster location, which is right off of Old Philadelphia Pike. So coming off of King Street, we're kind of tucked back off of Old Philadelphia Pike, right next to the Y's. So some fun facts about HACC. HACC stands for Harrisburg Area Community College, and Dr. Raff is right. We are pretty much the top dual enrollment schools that you will really work with. I am the dual enrollment liaison for HACC. So I encourage all of you to really work with me if that's the route you want to take. We were the first community college in the state of Pennsylvania. We have a little over 100 different academic programs for over 18,000 credits serving students. And we are divided amongst 11 counties. So those 18,000 students are just not at one location. We have 5 different locations and HACC campuses. Those campuses are Gettysburg, Harrisburg, Lancaster, Lebanon, and York. And we also offer our virtual learning. So now, due to COVID, all of our courses are online. That is through either remote instruction or virtually online. However, we have 25 degrees fully offered online. And our virtual students get all the access, all the HACC access and resources student if we were back on campus. And we also have iTunes U, which is a learning platform for students to kind of get on and have a sample of a virtual lecture. So HACC is among some other prestige college and universities such as Duke University and Stanford, who also have iTunes U. So we're really proud of that. But of course, the flexibility options is what we're currently in this virtual world, but we also offer a lot of resources for our virtual students. I wanted to talk to you guys about some programs. Our associate programs are our most popular programs at HACC. So our associate programs are roughly around 61 to 86 credits. Those top 3 programs is looking at registered nurse, RN, criminal justice, and business. However, we have an abundance of other associate degrees, and that's why I wanted to show this slide. I attended HACC. I was a business major, and I can tell you that HACC really gave me the confidence and motivation I needed to succeed. And it's right in the backyard. We all live here in Lancaster County if you attend McCaskey. And so it's a resource that was kind of in the backyard at affordable costs and really helped me gain that support and motivation I need to be college ready. So our transfer information, again, I was a HACC student able to transfer my credits. We typically see our HACC students transfer between 60 to 90 credits. We offer over 40 different transfer partners and transfer scholarships. We typically see our HACC students stay local in the state of Pennsylvania, but we have many of our students who transfer outside the state as well. So again, an affordable cost, something that's in your backyard, very local, very close, that you can really start getting a head start on your college career to then transfer, looking if you want to attend your bachelor's, master's, or go beyond. HACC offers certificate and diploma programs as well. And this is for students who are interested in a technical or occupational skill to really enter the workforce upon completion. So we also offer trade programs. Some examples are welding, electrical, HVAC, and we also have some health careers in our certificate program. We did have some dual enrollment students take on EMS certifications, and this was either for them to get into the military or them to build on their resume to get into the health careers going through our EMS certification. So we have a wide range from associate's degrees to looking more at our certificate and diploma programs as well. We work in the community through our workforce development. So these are courses available at a low cost and short term. These is either through GED or ESL programs. And opportunities in the high school. So of course, through dual enrollment or college and high school and our SHORE program. So the dual enrollment program, again, I am the liaison who you will work with if you want to attend HACC for dual enrollment. It's geared for high school juniors and seniors to take on HACC college course, which would help gain college credits and also gain credits at the high school. So the next slide shows the free online dual enrollment application for our high school juniors and seniors. You're completing the online application, and then you're working with me of how we can go ahead and get you registered and started. So the process is really your guidance counselor, myself, and you, the student, of how you would go ahead to apply and then get registered as a HACC student. The most important part I always like to stress upon students is no one in the class is going to know that you're a high school student. We do not disclose that. You do not get to wear one of those like school bus lanyards that is stating that you're a dual enrollment student. We are treating you like a regular HACC student, and that's very important. And that's something that we really stress upon. There's ways for you to get involved as a high school student when you're attending HACC. That's either off campus or on campus, and a really great way for you to open your network and really meet our diverse student body. And one of those ways is through our honors program. So we do offer that through dual enrollment students as well. We offer many other student services to help you be a successful dual enrollment student, and for you to obtain your studies, and for you to really be on top of things through all of our student services. And one of the student services is our student access service, which is our formerly disability service. And this is for students who has a documented disability. So if that applies to you, we do have resources available for you to be successful and to really help you through your college career at HACC. The next slide is just showing a cost comparison, how HACC has affordable rates. And it's also going to be affordable when you do get this Head Start as being a dual enrolled student. It's cost savings. You are getting a head start and a jump start at your college career. And looking at HACC's rates and that affordability piece is very strong. So again, affordable costs and high quality education as well. So why HACC? There's flexible class options, free online and campus resource for your success, and the opportunity for you to save money through our affordable tuition to get the skills you need to be successful. Okay, so again, my name is Chayla, it's with a long A, and my email is right here.
Awesome. Thank you, Chayla. And Chayla, if you want to email, then maybe in the chat on the SDO website, which has all the application information for all these schools today. Next is going to be Dr. Jensen from Eastern Mennonite University, their Lancaster campus. He's going to talk a bit about their options as well.
Good evening. I'm going to share my screen here with you. So as Dr. Raff said, I'm Dr. Mary Jensen. I'm the Associate Provost actually at EMU at Lancaster. Our enrollment counselor who works with early enrollment students had another engagement this evening. And so I'm happy to be here representing EMU at Lancaster. EMU stands for Eastern Mennonite University, but no, you do not need to be Mennonite to attend EMU. Our main campus is in Harrisonburg, Virginia. There's a residential traditional undergrad campus there with a number of majors, and I will talk about that very briefly, but I do want to focus tonight on what we call early enrollment. You can be dual enrolled, which means that you get high school credit and college credit, but perhaps you want to take something that you don't even need toward your high school graduation. That's okay. You can still come and become an early enrolled high school student. I just want to encourage you, students and particularly parents who are on this call, to think hard about taking advantage of this opportunity really at any of the schools that are presenting this evening, because the cost savings to you can be significant. Our early enrollment rates are low to start with, but if you were to take these classes at a typical private university, they would cost you a lot. So I encourage you to rack up as many credits as you can before you graduate from high school. So this is our page, and I'll paste this into the chat, but it just walks you through how you have to be admitted. We like to see you have a B or better. You have to have your high school advisor or guidance counselor, or we also accept homeschool students. So you just walk through the requirements. There's a form. Once you're done with that, you can register, and Lisa, our liaison, will help you with that. So this page has everything you need. Tuition information, really, it doesn't apply to you because this would be absolutely free for you. The courses that we offer as part of the early enrollment all fall into the category of what might be considered core or general education courses. So any of the courses that you would complete at EMU would certainly be transferable to a degree at EMU, but they will also be transferable to any other school that you attend. You could transfer them as your general education to Thaddeus Stevens. You can transfer them to HACC. You can transfer them to Elizabethtown. These are robust college level classes in general kinds of areas. So you can look each term and see what's going to be offered. So here's a statistics class, a speech course, a music course, and a kind of a general biology course. In the summer, we're adding a history class to that. And then we have a number of other courses, including developmental psychology. And so you can see there's sort of a range across disciplines of courses that you could choose to take at EMU. We profile some of our faculty. You may recognize some of these people. You may not recognize others. I don't know if we have any employees of School District of Lancaster teaching in our early enrollment program right now, but so again, we do an early enrollment versus a dual enrollment, but if your guidance counselor says, yes, you need this course and we will also count it toward your high school graduation, that definitely works for you. The thing that EMU at Lancaster is really known for is our small size and the fact that we are very high touch in a good way with our students. We know who you are. We're with you. We're accessible. Your faculty will answer your emails. They want to hear from you. One thing that distinguishes our early enrollment program is that all of the courses are offered online. They are all asynchronous online courses, which means you don't have to show up at a certain time or a certain place. You can take them fit them into your work and life and school schedule. They all last for 15 weeks. They're a regular semester. You can take them in the fall, you can take them in the spring, or you can take them over the summer. The prereqs are very similar to what Dr. Raff already told you is required from your high school. In terms of who will be in class with you, this is a really interesting mix of students. We often have traditional residential college students taking the class. We also have a lot of adult learners. We have transfer agreements with HACC and with Thaddeus Stevens College of Technology. You saw that slide that Dr. Raff showed. We are one of those partners. And so we have people who are already out working in their profession, who are finishing a bachelor's degree, and they might be taking some of these gen ed classes. So it's a really interesting mix of people that you will get to meet and learn with and learn from. So that's kind of my overview of the early enrollment. I will very briefly just tell you about EMU in Harrisonburg. It's very easy to go here and see the wide range of programs that are available. The one that we do offer at the undergrad level in Lancaster is our leadership and organizational management with aviation. So if you want to be a pilot, this is a unique offering that's only in Lancaster, and it's the only four-year program kind of in Southeast Pennsylvania. But you can major in biology and engineering and digital communication and a wide range of really interesting majors at EMU. So I won't belabor that tonight. I think what you're really looking for here is what about this early enrollment? So we'd love to have you try out college online, and see how it goes, see what interests you, be supported by our faculty and by our student success support people who will come around you. So that's my spiel for tonight, and I'd be happy to take any questions now or at the end of the evening.
Great. Well, thank you so much, Dr. Jensen. And one thing I'll note is we've had SUL students attend all of these schools for, traditional college enrollment and for dual enrollment. So our counselors, they have had experience working with these schools. Most of them, if not your counselor, a counselor has. So we can have people to speak to their experience. So next I have Nadia Bonner from Millersville University. You should have sharing capabilities. and she's going to talk a little bit about Millersville University, which is the public four-year institution.
Thank you. Good evening, everyone. I'm going to share my screen there. Good evening. My name is Nadia Bonner, and I am one of the admissions counselors at Millersville. I recruit for Lancaster County. I am not the direct dual enrollment counselor, but I can certainly give you the information that you're looking for. And, you know, if you are interested in enrolling in Millersville for the fall of 2021 or beyond, I would be a great person to contact. So we'll get into our presentation here. So here's my contact information. If you did want to reach out to me, my email address is there, as well as a phone number that you can text. So you can, you know, send me a text if you have any pressing questions. I usually respond pretty quickly to that. This is the president from, this is the welcome from our president, Dr. Daniel Wuba. I'll just leave that up briefly. He's fairly new to our campus. He's been with us for about 2 years. A great resource in higher ed administration. He has a background in biology as far as academics, and he just brings a lot of great insight and resources to our campus community. So we're really excited that he has joined us. A fun fact about him, if you don't know, is that he's also a tribal king in Ghana. So about twice a year, he goes back to Ghana to meet with the citizens that he represents there. And he's been really gracious with sharing his culture with us on campus. So some facts about Millersville. So we offer over 100 programs and majors. So there's a lot of different things to choose from as far as areas of study. And 98% of our faculty do have a PhD or the highest level degree in their field. Our average class size is around 26 students, and our student to faculty ratio is 19:1. So we do have relatively small class sizes. Our students do appreciate that. They get a lot more one-on-one attention from the professors. They don't feel like they're just a face in the classroom. And again, that is something that our students really do appreciate. We are considered to be a mid-sized institution. As Dr. Raff had said, we are the public institution in the local region. So we are a part of the state school system. There's 14 schools. We are one of those 14. And we have approximately 8,000 students that attend Millersville. 7,000 of those students are undergraduate students, and 1,000 of those students are graduate students. So, you know, our location is definitely a benefit to us. We are right here in South Central PA. We are 10 minutes outside of Lancaster City. One of the things that we do provide for our students is public transportation to and from downtown Lancaster. So that is included with your tuition. You would just need to present your student ID card to get on the local transportation that we do provide. It would be the Millersville 16 bus. And it will, again, take you directly into Lancaster City, into the downtown area, and it will bring you directly to campus. I'm sure you all are aware of the region. We are fairly close to some major cities, and it does benefit our students in the long run. You know, our students do intern in some of these places, and we have a lot of great relationships in some of the major cities near us, Philadelphia, New York, Washington, D.C., Baltimore, Pittsburgh, and Harrisburg. So our location provides our students with a lot of different experiences. We do a lot of trips to these places. We bring in a lot of great lecturers from the major cities to meet with our students on our campus, and our location lends to that. So as far as areas of study, we do offer 100 programs, and some of our more popular programs include biology, business, education, English, music industry, psychology, social work. Our meteorology program is also very popular, as well as our applied engineering and technology programs, including robotics. So those are some of the programs that that are, you know, more popular on our campus. And we do have a lot of things for students to get involved in. And our students that are dual enrollment students do have access to a lot of the, to all of the facilities on campus. So, you know, if you were interested in utilizing anything in the Student Memorial Center, the fitness center, any of those type of facilities, you would have access to that. You have access to the library, the dining halls, and all of those things as a dual enrollment student on our campus. And these are just some of the clubs and organizations that we offer. We do have honor societies and Greek life. We also have multicultural and faith-based organizations, marching band, color guard, art and theatrical groups. We have our own media, and we do have different sports programs as well. Now you will need to be a full-time student to participate in the clubs and organizations, but you are more than welcome to attend any of the events as a dual enrollment student on our campus. And we do have support services that are listed there. So we do have tutoring services that would be available to our dual enrollment students. We also have support with the Writing Center, which is in the library and the Digital Learning Studio. So you would have access to those things as well as a dual enrollment student. And here's just some information on some of our students who have gone on to have really great careers in business and in science. We do have career services on our campus as well that is there to support our students and, you know, in developing their resume and doing job and internship fairs and things like that. And these are some of the internship opportunities that some of our recent students have had. We had a student recently who interned with the Philadelphia Eagles. We also had a student that interned with Michelle Obama at the White House. So a lot of unique experiences. So I'm going to go to our dual enrollment page here. So as far as dual enrollment, our dual enrollment application technically closed on Sunday for the spring of 2021. However, we are still accepting applications. What we are requesting that students do is that they would apply. So you would click the link here to apply and also check and see if the course that you are looking for is available. So if you go to the approved course list, you can scroll down here and pick which term you're looking for and see if the courses that you are looking for are available. We do typically recommend that our dual enrollment students are taking 100 level courses. There are select few 200 level courses that are available to the dual enrollment students that you can inquire about. Typically, we are looking for students to have a B average for admission to the dual enrollment program. We do work with students though, so we definitely are willing to discuss with you what your options might be as a dual enrollment student at Millersville. And I will leave this link in the chat just so you can have some additional information there regarding our dual enrollment program. And I will also leave my email address so that you can reach out to me. And again, the School District of Lancaster does take care of the cost for you. So that is not something that, you know, that the students at McCaskey would have to worry about. We do offer dual enrollment with our partner schools at a 50% discounted rate per credit.
Great. Well, thank you so much, Nadia, for sharing. Appreciate it. Up next, we are going to have Serena Chamness from Pennsylvania College of Health Sciences talking about their opportunities.
All right, let me just share my screen here. I'm so excited to be here. I think, you know, as educators and individuals who like supporting high school students, I kind of want to go back to school to all these schools. It seems like a lot of fun. I want to do aviation. So like Dr. Raff said, I am Serena Chamness and I work at the Pennsylvania College of Health Sciences. And I'm so excited to share with you some of these dual enrollment opportunities. So let's get started. So the first thing I wanted to share, it's kind of fun. You might have heard of our college. We actually lived right beside the Lancaster General Health Hospital. And it was this brick building, you might have seen it. And since 2016, we actually moved to 850 Greenfield Road. So it's just down the road from the hospital, but it allowed us to expand our education facility. Just love to do like a little throwback here. So we had our first student in 1903, one nursing student. And since we've grown, we have about 1,800 students at PA College and expanded our degree programs as well. So as you can imagine, our degree programs are healthcare careers. And as you also know, with COVID-19, it is an industry that doesn't go away. So we have a lot of, job projections. According to the US Bureau of Labor of Statistics, employment of healthcare occupations are projected to grow 14% from 2018 to 2028. Which will add about 1.9 million new jobs. With technology ever expanding as well, who knows what kind of degrees and programs and careers will be out there for healthcare. All right, so the first little point here it does apply to your students. So after taking one class, I'd say each semester, like students are able to do at School District of Lancaster, I know you can take one free class, but after that, you can take a few more classes and get 50% off your tuition. That's a substantial amount of credits to receive before you start your career. And if you think about it, I have to admit, I did the math right before I came here. So if you do 7 credits your fall and spring semester, both your junior and then your senior year, that is 28 credits under your belt before you start your college career, which can really help if you wanted to work in a healthcare industry. Usually healthcare systems help pay for your education. So students can work while they're actually getting their education at PA College. And yes, so you would be getting both high school credits and college credits at the same time, which is pretty great. We also have free application codes. So if parents, if you're online right now, you can just reach out to PA College and we can give you that application code. Or if you have pen and paper, it's DUAL20, DUAL20. And then your student or child can actually apply to PA College without having to pay for that fee. Another great thing is if a student's really interested in healthcare and they're gung-ho, they're like, hey, I really want to be a nurse. Hey, I want to be an ultrasound tech. The great thing is if a student actually applies for a program their senior year in high school, they can actually take dual enrollment credits their summer before they begin their college career. So again, that's that 50% discount. Along with that, they would get the waived $500 deposit requirement, which is a substantial amount of money to be waived before you start your college career. So here are the multiple courses that we have to offer. What I would recommend for students would be the anatomy and physiology, this one right here, because many different degree programs we have in healthcare require the anatomy and physiology. And I will say that's kind of like the core, the heart of all of our healthcare career programs. So that's a good test to see if this is a program for you. All right, so it sounds like from what Dr. Raff said, our requirements pretty much align you need at least a 2.5 GPA to attend in dual enrollment with us. We require Algebra 2. So parents on here, if you have a child who's a sophomore, try to get that child to take an Algebra 2 class so that they can be prepared for a dual enrollment class with us. And then the other requirement is a science with a lab. So think anatomy, physiology, or it could be chemistry with a lab, biology, you name it. We just need biology with a lab. And oh, I guess I messed that up. But basically, so think of biology with a lab plus another science class with a lab too. So 2 of them. All right. So how do you apply? Well, it's pretty simple. Here's that code again. You just go to www.pacollege.edu. This is that application code I was talking about. And then we also would need the high school transcripts, which I've worked with many of the guidance counselors here at McCaskey, and they've been really wonderful in helping to support their students in that. And we operate it on a rolling admissions basis. So really, if you wanted to apply for a class or a program now, there's more than likely a chance that you would be able to apply, and we would work with you to enroll you in the class that you want. All right, so just a brief overview. Here are the programs we have to offer. As you can see, we have multiple different tracks for nursing. We also have respiratory care, which I'm sure rings a bell for many of you with COVID-19. Those are the individuals who work on breathing, and it's very important right now. Radiography, that is taking pictures. Diagnostic medical sonography, that is, you think of ultrasound. Vascular sonography, that's in the veins. I don't want to bore you, but there's a whole gamut. So if you have students or children who are interested in programs, I could speak more directly to them about those career paths. But there's many that you kind of, when you think of healthcare, a lot of times we think of just nurses and doctors, but we are a healthcare team is necessary for a healthcare system to run. So we have many different careers that help with that healthcare team network. And I also want to add too, before I move forward, is that sometimes it comes across as daunting when you think of healthcare careers, that they're really, your degree programs are very long. There's many programs on this list here that you only need an associate's degree for, which is only 2 years of education, which again, lowers the cost of that college experience. And you usually get out of that program earning about $50,000 or more, and you are almost guaranteed to be hired within 6 months. All right. So we have very small class sizes, and we have a simulation lab, which I'd love to show you guys at some point when we're able to be back on campus. But think of a hospital, and then just think of that, and that's transported to PA College. So you go through this big hallway, and there's all these different simulation spaces, mannequins. It's almost, eerily like, I like to think of it kind of like a horror film, because it's strangely familiar to a healthcare setting. So students actually get to work on these mannequins and do these hands-on learnings with the mannequins before they actually go to patient care in their clinical setting. So that's, I think, a huge benefit of this college, that hands-on learning, testing it out before you work with the patient. We are affiliated with the Penn Medicine Lancaster General Health, so a lot of careers come out of that institution. We also are connected to WellSpan, Pinnacle. We are making more connections around the area with healthcare. And like I said before, you graduate faster and you work sooner. So you really get into the career of your choice. You're pretty much guaranteed a career after graduating from a healthcare degree program here. So anyhow, if you have any questions for me, you can always reach out. This is our contact information for dual enrollment. So it's just dualenrollment@pacollege.edu. Or if you forget, I'm sure Dr. Raff can send you my way and we can talk about whatever programs you would like to talk about. All right. Thank you guys so much for your time.
Thank you, Serena. We really appreciate it. Next, I'm going to pass it off to Megan Wysock, who is part of the admissions team at Thaddeus Stevens, and she's going to talk about their programs there.
Awesome. Thank you, Dr. Raff, and good evening. My name is Megan Wysock. I oversee our early enrollment program at Thaddeus Stevens College, and I also work with any student who's considering Thaddeus Stevens from Lancaster County. So I'm going to share out just brief information about early enrollment, what it is, why a student would want to pursue it, and what options do you have. So first and foremost, what exactly is early enrollment? Early enrollment is actually a full senior year, full day option. So senior year is freshman year of college. They are one and the same. All classes are actually taken at one of our locations. So students who are early enrollers would not report to the high school at any point during their school day. Per the agreement with the college and the school district, you're able to major in one of our technical programs, but we're also going to give you math, English, maybe a history course, whatever it is that you need to graduate and receive your HACC diploma on time. We view you 100% as a college student. Yes, you are a high school senior, but when you are on our campus taking our classes, you are very much a Thaddeus Stevens freshman. If you really break down the term early enrollment, you are enrolling into college early. Therefore, you are going to work this process early. So you would be applying for this opportunity during your junior year. In terms of the options that are available, pretty much any of our two-year programs are available for students to enroll into. As you're scrolling through these options, one thing you're not going to see is undecided. We do not offer an undecided major, so students do need to know, or essentially when they decide to apply, you have to declare your major. Our newest program, brand new for fall of 2021, is our diesel technology program. We are opening a 5th location over in the Greenfield industrial area, kind of in the woods of Costco. And we're very excited for our transportation center, which will add diesel, will expand automotive, and expand collision. You also could not double major and minor, so you do have to narrow it down to one particular program. At the very end, one of my last slides I share out is the ways you can get to campus and visit, or I should say what options we are offering for the fall, so you can get that campus info and you can get more info about the programs to make an informed decision. Cost and financial aid. This is always important, always a hot topic. And as a school district of Lancaster student, you are so fortunate. So our standard tuition is about $8,400 a year. What we do for early enrollers is we reduce that tuition rate by 50%. So early enrollment tuition for the year is $4,200 for a year. But our SDOL students, your school district graciously pays for your first year. So there is very little, if any, out-of-pocket costs for our SDOL students, which is amazing. You're getting a phenomenal education. We have a 96% job placement rate in the field, average starting salary around $45,000 a year, and you have very little, if any, out-of-pocket cost. We do offer on-campus housing, but as an early enroller, that is not going to be an option. You are only able to commute. The application process, it looks a little bit different for early enrollers than it does for a first-time freshman. So that application is going to open up in August, and it opened up August of 2020, so August of this year. The deadline to submit all materials and complete testing, if we require it, is March 1st. So pretty big window there to apply, get your materials in, and complete testing. Our offers of admission are going to go out in early April. So we have about a month kind of limbo where we're reviewing all the applications, your test scores, your transcript, and then those offers are coming out early April of 2021. In terms of the requirement, we do require a little bit more of our early enrollers. So there is a separate early enrollment application. We have fee waivers for our early enrollers. We require 2 reference forms, which can be completed online, one from a teacher of your choosing and one from your guidance counselor. And we want your official transcript. And that minimum GPA we're looking for is a 2.5. Does that mean every student with a 2.5 is guaranteed to get in for early enrollment? It does not, but what I can guarantee is with that 2.5, you will be fully considered and we will review you. So lastly is going to be visiting. This is a hot topic right now. What ways can you get to campus? Or I should say, what ways can you look at campus? So all of our experiences for the fall of 2020 are virtual. We offer a virtual walk and talk tour where you're able to select the programs that you're interested in, and you will essentially take our virtual tour alongside one of our tour staff. So they will be sharing out the same facts, the same information about our programs, about our campus, as they would if you were physically with us, but we're just going to be doing it via Zoom, via our virtual tour, which is just like Google Earth. You're able to do the self-guided virtual tour as well. If you'd rather just kind of play around, look at the different locations, look at all of the programs, you're more than welcome to do that. I did insert our visit link there for you to kind of check back because we are always adding new virtual experiences, and we will be updating that on how we plan to handle visits in the spring. In terms of who to contact, I'm going to be the point person for anything early enrollment. I'm the one who's going to be reviewing your application, updating you on your status, and please reach out if you have any questions. We have heard every question. We will hear it, I can guarantee, 10 times more. So please don't be shy. Please feel to utilize us as a resource because we are here to help you in that next step. There can be a lot of questions about financial aid, about cost as early enrollers, and our director of financial aid, Miss Emily Smoker, is going to be your contact there, and her email address is up there. Keep in mind, this is not the right fit for everyone, and that's perfectly okay. You really do have to be ready essentially to leave high school a year early to pursue this opportunity as an early enroller. And not everyone is ready for that, and that is totally understandable, and we completely will work with you on that process to give you more information and also just be there should you decide to start the process and finish it, or I should say pull out at any point. We're there to support you for that as well. I'm going to stop my share, and one thing I'm going to put my email address in and also the link to the early enrollment page, which pretty much summarizes everything that I briefly went over, as well as contact info and a bunch of links to different resources as well. So feel free to utilize those if you need anything. But thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Megan. Greatly appreciate it. And yes, one unique thing about Stevens is the only school where the district will cover the entire for that. So that is unique. To close us out, we have Paula Ornstein from Elizabethtown College, who's going to talk about their programs as well.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Paula Ornstein, and I am the Senior Associate Director of Admissions at Elizabethtown College. And I am happy to work with high school juniors and seniors through the dual enrollment process. A little bit about Elizabethtown, if you don't know too much about us. We are considered a small college by enrollment standards, a little over 1,600 students. And we are a residential college. The majority of our students do live on campus, 85%. If a student lives within 30 miles of campus, they are welcome to commute. I think the nice thing about our enrollment is it does afford us the opportunity to offer small class sizes. Our average class size is 17 with a student faculty ratio of 11:1. The nice thing also is that even though the enrollment is small. Our campus is quite large and spreads out over 204 acres. And we're right in the residential area of town, just about 3 blocks from the downtown area. We offer over 150 majors, minors, and concentrations. I'm often asked, what are our most popular majors? I would have to say those in the School of Business, our ABET engineering or ABET accredited engineering program, our occupational therapy program. We have a direct entry accelerated bachelor's to master's program, 5 years, as well as a direct entry accelerated bachelor's to OT doctorate. And then finally, our School of the Sciences and all the different majors in there under that umbrella. In regards to dual enrollment, we are opening it up to high school juniors and seniors with a 3.0 minimum GPA. However, we do have an agreement with the School District of Lancaster for students who have a 2.5 or higher. Our application does not have an application fee, and we look for an official high school transcript with the guidance counselor's signature and a parent's signature, so that we can review and make sure that you're taking the appropriate coursework. When you're looking at our course offerings, you need to look at what's opened and what's closed. If it says 2 out of 30, it means there's 2 seats left in the class. So make sure that you check that to see if there's availability. We also ask that students consider entry-level courses, 100, 200 level courses that do not require prerequisites. And what that means is that you don't have to take another class first in order to enroll in the class you're interested in. If it says RBI next to the course, that means register by instructor, and that means you have to work with me and I have to reach out to the faculty member to get permission to have a high school student in the class. For those students who want to take a foreign language, if you have had 3 or more years of a foreign language in high school and you want to continue in that language, then you have to take a language placement exam, which is online, that I can set up for you. As far as math, if a student wants to take a math course at eTown, I need to look at your transcript to see what courses you've taken, what grades you've received. And if you've taken the SATs at that time, I'll want to see your math score on the SAT, but that's not a requirement. And then what I do is I confer with the chair of the program, and they either agree or disagree that it is the right match for the student, but they will recommend an appropriate replacement if they don't feel that the student is ready for the course that they enroll in. Sometimes I will ask for AP scores. For example, a student might want to take Calculus 2. So I need to see if they've taken Calculus 1 AP Calc and see if they've scored a 4 or a 5 on the exam. Students who have scored a 4 or 5 on an AP exam do get college credit at eTown. Applications for the fall are due by August 1st, and applications for this coming spring on 2021 will be due by January 1st, or I think this year it's January 4th. But that gives us plenty of time to get you registered and taken care of prior to the beginning of the semester. The cost per credit is $100 per credit, which is significantly less than what our full-time students are paying. Most of our courses are 4-credit courses, so you're looking at $400 a course. And it's wonderful that your school district pays for your first course, but if you want to take any additional, it is $100 per credit. And students are allowed to take up to 24 credits per year, which is equivalent to 6 classes. We do schedule an orientation program 1 week prior to the beginning of classes, and we strongly recommend that all students attend. Parents are also welcome, and it is done online. We also set you up with a photo ID, and it looks pretty much like the one the students have that are going full-time at eTown. You get an email account and also a parking tag, which is also free. Thank you. If anybody has any questions, please feel free to reach out to me, and I will put my email in the chat.
Thank you so much, Paula. I appreciate it. And now closing us out is going to be Ryan Korn from Harrisburg University of the Sciences. He wanted to make sure I didn't forget him there at the end. So Ryan is going to close us out with some information.
Hey everyone, I'm going to share my screen now. Can you guys see that? Thank you. All right, and I'm going to share in the link the actual links to the website that I'm going to be referencing to. Again, my name is Ryan Korn. I'm the Director of Secondary School Services at Harrisburg University. I run the college and the high school, dual enrollment, and a number of other programs, but that's what we're here to talk about tonight. Here's our dual enrollment in college and the high school program. So to give you an idea, as you guys see some of these Bachelors of Science programs, Harrisburg University is a little over 20 years old. So we're definitely the new kid in the block. Makes us the youngest university, the newest university in over 100 years in Pennsylvania. So there's not a lot of new universities that come forth, but we've grown really fast. Be going on my 4th year in February. And since I started, it's gone from 1,500 to over 7,000 students. So we're growing pretty fast. We offer a number of different STEM-based offerings, and in addition to a new one that just got offered before I started this slide presentation, which is our new Bachelors of Science in eSports Management. Sometimes it's even hard to keep up with how fast we're growing and just keeping my slides up to date. All of our undergraduate programs that you guys see here are available to students to take for dual enrollment. And so therefore we have students in dual enrollment in every single one of these programs at 100, 200, and I've even had some students that started with us early enough that they've gone on to 300 level courses. Our university just requires that you complete the prerequisites just like anyone else here that's on this presentation. As long as you've met the requirements for a previous course, depending on how early you start, you're able to move on to the next course. To give you, since we are so young, to give you some basic information, we've been growing fast, but you know, even this year, corporate Livewire, we also had the New York Times and a number of other places. We just got named #1 STEM university in the USA. We are also back-to-back champions in our eSports team. Esports is a big growing thing in collegiate athletics, and we are the Overwatch champions 2 years in a row now, which is really exciting since it's only our 2nd year with a team. One thing, and this is coming from a former college football player, one thing that's interesting working at a university that our only varsity letter is eSports. Our only varsity sport is eSports. And so it's very different than some of the other universities that have a litany of other sport opportunities. And I'll go over a little bit about that a little bit later. Some other interesting things, we have a number of programs that are growing really fast, and at the same time, we're hitting national ranking in a number of different you know, people who do these kinds of rankings. Couple of them that really stick out, again, I was mentioning eSports, but we also offer our eSports management degree as well as students that come through to learn how to do video game design. As a former person who worked in forensics before education, it's really nice to see that we're number 9 in the country as far as forensic science. And there's a number of other different offerings. And just so you guys know, I made a PDF of this presentation and sent it to Mr. Raff so he can get this out to anyone that would like to look at it. Again, you don't need to frantically write down notes about what I'm talking about. To give you some basic information about HU, our main 2 campuses are Harrisburg and Philadelphia. We are opening a campus in Dubai as well in down in South America. We have a large international population, but from our Harrisburg and Philly campuses, one of the other nice things to note is we actually have 50% female representation in STEM. And to give you guys an idea, the national average is below 20%. So we work really hard on that. We also have 55% minority representation in our campus, which actually that number is closer to 60% now this year. So students come to our campus, you know, we have a very diverse campus as far as females go in STEM, minorities, as well as the fact that our motto is get your geek on. So if you're into STEM fields, that's actually what our students walk around saying. It's a very different environment. It's not a fit for everyone, but for the people who it is, it's the perfect fit, and they really have a great time with it. The other thing I do like about our programs is, again, we really aim to getting people into STEM fields. So 92% of our students end up in a job in their field of study, but within 6 months, that other 8% are in the job in their field of study or in a grad program. So we really strive hard to get that number there. And a lot of what we do is the experiential opportunities. We do a mandated internship that we help set students up with, and the opportunities they have with our faculty, because most of our faculty are what we call corporate faculty. So they came from the field or are currently still in the field and end up hiring our students or giving recommendations to other companies. The other big note is Harrisburg University was ranked #1 in the country for universities of our size for undergrad scholarships. In the links that you guys will get is our scholarship link. 100% of our undergrads have a scholarship, and our minimum scholarship is $11,000. So our tuition of $23,900 is actually $12,900 for anyone who's applying, and the scholarships go all the way up to $16,000 depending on your GPA. As I mentioned before, we have our varsity eSports team. They're in the League of Legends Overwatch. We were in Hearthstone, but have dropped that program. Our Overwatch team is back-to-back national champs. The reason I talk about this to parents is that, yes, your kids can have a future in eSports, no different than I did playing football, but the big thing is the industry. We have students that are going to work in the eSports industry, and to give you an idea, Hitmarker is the Indeed of eSports. Since COVID has gone from 500 open jobs to over 5,000 open jobs any given day in working in eSports. But this is in eSports as a marketing person, social media manager, broadcaster, IT. It's all the positions that you would see to run the Super Bowl are the same positions you saw to run the national championship. The only difference is if you had tens of millions of people watching the Super Bowl, there was close to 1 billion people watching eSports championships because it's an international affair. So to get off the full HU soapbox, we have our college and the high school program that we have with the School District of Lancaster and traditional and dual enrollment. So I wanted to describe the two different ones. College and the high school is where we have vetted a teacher at the high school to become adjunct faculty with the university, and the course they're teaching at the high school is actually our course. This is occurring right now with Mr. Hauer at McCaskey High School in the computer science program. And then we have traditional dual enrollment where students can come to the university and take courses just like everyone else was talking about earlier. Now, the way our programs are designed, students can't take more than 11 credits in a semester or 23 in a year, because after that, you become a full-time student. And if you're interested in doing that, we have an early college program. So yeah, I'm managing 3 different ones and call them 3 different things. It makes sense to me. If you have questions, just shoot me an email. The early college program is where students come full-time to the university. I have 14, 15, 16, 17-year-olds that are actually full-time at the university, still enrolled in high school, but we reversed dual enrollment and flipped it on its head. Everything you needed to take for high school graduation that you have left, you're taking a college course with the university, and I would work it out with your counselor to make sure that you got everything so you still graduate high school. With that being said, I just had a young lady graduate. She graduated our university, the Bachelor's of Science in Interactive Media, at 18 years old. I call them the Doogie Houses. For the parents in the call, you'll understand what I mean. For the students, you might need to maybe go watch one of those shows tonight and you'll understand exactly what I'm talking about. So these are the websites I'm going to share with you. They're both located on the dual enrollment page, but it's just easier if I give you the link so you don't need to find where to click. I have the cost on here, but the cost is covered for you guys for your first course. But since we have multiple offerings through the School District of Lancaster, we offer 90% off for college and high school and 80% off for our traditional dual enrollment to students. We do have students that take a number of different courses. For college and the high school, we just finished our deadline up for Mr. Howard's class, November 1st. We also have some additional deadlines for our trimester and spring courses. And then traditional dual enrollment, as long as it's 7 business days prior to the semester start, and I fought hard for that, the registrar's office will get you signed up and take care of you guys. What's nice is it's all on one application. There's the click apply now button that you'll see when it's the first thing that pops up when you come to the Harrisburg University dual enrollment page, and it's all online. The difference is you're going to click courses at my high school or courses at the university, and then it gives you the opportunities of what courses are available to you. You create an account, and then the nice thing is if you take courses the next year, you don't need to do it again. It's a whole virtual system. Within 7 to 10 business days after applying, the registrar's office will reach out and get you your credentials. If you apply 7 days before, you're probably going to hear from us right away because we need to get you into the class and have everything taken care of. These are some of the universities, including, I know HACC on here that we have a partnership with, but also a list of universities over the last year that I've worked with personally, helping students transfer credit. And yes, I will help you transfer credit to even schools on this call. Because us being a new university, I want you guys to be successful and have a good time with the programming we offer. So I will personally get on emails and share syllabus and information to make sure that the credits transfer if you decide not to take them to HU. Last thing I wanted to talk about is our enrichment programs. I'm going to send you this link. We also offer after-school STEM-based programs. Some of them are certification-bearing, credit-bearing, and some of them are just fun after-school, like summer camp programs. They're offered from a number of different opportunities. all available for you to sign up. I'll share the link with you. Again, if you have more information, 7 minutes is not near enough to go through all of this. I can give you guys some more information. Here's our contact info, but right now, before I get off, I'm going to jump over, stop sharing my screen, and send in the chat all of the things that I talked about here for you guys today. And I think, did I successfully stop sharing?
Good, you were all set.
Perfect.